Okay. General Milley stated that war between China and the U.S. may not take place for 6 years. Could be as soon as 2 years. The war would be over Taiwan. Now, Taiwan is a large island, and it would take a lot of resources to conquer this island. It's been likened to the invasion of Normandy. However, the Chinese may not have much opposition outside of the Taiwan people. The U.S. might not even be there. And if we are, it'll be in minimal capacity. There's all the evidence that the United States will be engaged in a civil war. Part of that might be due to a military coup. A schism is almost certainly going to take place, and our generals will almost certainly rebel against the mandates of Congress. Congress would make our military weaker. I've just learned that we are going to lower our fitness standards, and that means that running, our airmen will be walking. Think about that. We are not going to be sending in our strongest. We are going to be sending in our weakest. That is not fighting shape. Our military, knowing this, and knowing that we have very strong enemies who would love to see us crushed, could not in good conscience allow this to take place. So, almost certainly, there will be a military coup. Unless we get a new government in and fast, there may very well be a military coup. This is very dangerous. If there is a coup, that will be a civil war. But there are already things going on with critical race theory and with the queer theory initiatives challenging culture that has existed for thousands of years. Cultural norms, traditions. Some of them they may have good arguments, but the methods they use are so alienating. They come out as an invasive force, and our society is not ready. But the fact is, a lot of the reforms that these activists want will make our culture weaker. They are already doing this. And so having already infected higher institutions, they have managed to get into our military and our intelligence organizations and lowered our standards so poorly, we will not survive any major conflicts. China will not try to take over Taiwan or will not engage in any major conflict themselves until the U.S. is no longer a threat. I firmly believe that China is engaged in a war, in a cyber war, among others, that is meant to divide our people. The racism that we see in this country is being overrepresented. Every time the media covers something, such as another George Floyd, they misrepresented. And I believe China is partly responsible for this, facilitating this, engaging in the kind of cyber war that we saw during the elections with misinformation and out of context information. Sometimes when we get the full videos, we find out that it wasn't nearly as bad as the videos would portray. This is a cyber war. China stands to gain from the U.S.'s absence, as does Russia, as does Iran, as do all of our enemies. And for all I know, they're all working together, and this is terrifying. So, war may very well break out soon, and 2 years is, well, considered to be on the early estimate. I don't think that's even going to be the case. I think we're looking at less than 2 years before civil war, and less than 2 years before China makes its move. That's all. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.